Hello everyone, it's 4th May 2020. I have a few announcements to make. I will try to keep it brief, so I ask for your full attention. I will tell you all about our course of action and about the skills which we need the most in our leading team. As you all know, the economic crisis is here, and in the following months it will get much worse. I was not expecting this crisis to come so soon, because if it came in a year or two, it would be beneficial for our operation, especially for our trade strat market, because it would encourage people to move their trade and activity to our more stable and secure trade market. But as we all see, the trade strat is not operational. It's not even made yet, nor the Polstrat platform, because we haven't accomplished the first objective fast enough, which is about assembling people for security reasons and the further realization of this operation. There should be at least 10 times more supporters for this operation than what we have today. And what we have is barely 2,500 people, from which around 300 at best are active supporters. And the majority is just for a show, or they subscribe through pure curiosity, waiting for an opportunity to benefit from it. The reason behind this slowdown is a lack of cooperation from larger, more famous YouTubers who claim to be on our side and claim to care about our future, while in reality they prefer to spend all of their time talking, organizing live streams, and apparently they prefer hiding their head in the sand when it comes to researching or helping in our operation here. And yes, I am aware that we don't have the flashy editing and such, but we are working with what we have for the moment. To clarify, I am not saying the work of YouTubers, of red pilling YouTubers, is all useless. Just that it isn't anywhere near enough. All we ask of them is to analyze our plan and either debunk it, come up with a better solution, or help us spread the word. Especially with more and more censorship and our YouTubers being removed from the platform. It is more important than ever, but we also have less time than ever. I decided to improvise without organizing and working over one objective at a time, especially since we really cannot afford to sacrifice more time assembling our people around this operation and keeping everything in order according to the plan. We are acting under time pressure, and we will make do what we have. So I decided that what follows will be our best course of action. Tomorrow or day after, I will publish another video, which should drag lots of attention to our channel, even from less aware audience. After I do that, I will send messages or emails to various YouTubers, informing them of what we have here and requesting their assistance. I will naturally address all our YouTubers that we know of, and I am expecting anyone who is listening to this message and who is on our side will try to do the same by contacting any groups or YouTubers which he knows, trying to inform them about what we are doing here and requesting assistance. To be clear, I am not requesting anyone to be rude or harsh, but firmly request their attention to this plan and to either debunk it or help with the realization of it. So we will continue with the realization of Objective 1. On a side note, I already started the realization of Objective 2, which is about organizing the structures necessary to create independent organizational and representative cells. Unfortunately, I lack of skilled and competent people who are able to act independently in the name of our organization or this operation. So be aware that I am already working over the realization of the second objective. We just need more competent people among our ranks from various countries in the West. And also I started preparation for the realization of objective number 3, but with a major change, which I will explain now. The original idea was to create the Polstrat and TradeStrat developments from people recruited through our subscribers, and money which we could obtain from some sort of a crowdfunding campaign, after we assemble a sufficient number of people around the realization of this operation. But because I don't want to waste more time anymore on assembling people, and because we have an economic crisis already here, which will only get worse with time, I don't want to rely on this strategy. It's wrong and very risky in terms of crisis. I would feel like a last rat on the planet, adding additional responsibility on the shoulders of our supporters in times of crisis. So I won't be organizing any crowdfunding campaigns for those major projects by relying on donations when it comes to the realization of such important projects. Instead, I have planned a way around it. We will develop a product which we will make out of thin air, and we will sell to secure the operational budget for the realization of those projects. In translation, I know how to obtain money on our own for the development of those platforms and to establish the first company from the plan list. Actually, I have 3 plans, including the original one to secure our budget. Plan A was obviously to crowdfund a budget for Polstrat and TradeStrat, and the first company to secure the maintenance and development of those platforms. Obviously, the plan is not valid anymore, because we have a crisis already here, and no time to waste on continuing to assemble people, and it's just morally wrong for those of our people who are already handling burdens of growing living costs and multi-culti world in the West, which is also very depressive for them. I have a testimonies firsthand from my teammates, so I know how difficult situation is for some of our people out there. Plan B. I will assemble a team from among our supporters to develop a game which will secure the budget for the development of Polstrat, TradeStrat, and the first company from the plan. Allow me to explain the logic behind this. The Polstrat and TradeStrat platform are too expensive to crowdfund from such limited number of active supporters as we have in our subscribers list. We just won't be able to afford it on our own without dividing the costs among thousands of supporters, which we do not have. And I will never approve an exploitation of our people who are already living in a bad situation. So the way around it is to find a skilled people among our supporters who could help us with the game development. Many of the people from our audience are gamers, people who know a thing or two about games, and who often have the skills which are necessary to develop games. So I ask anyone with such skills to contact us and join our team, because we will need your help. And of course, your work will be paid at the end. So it's not that I will ask you to do it for free or anything. We will first make a 2D version of the game with the multiplier, which we will release for free, presenting the game mechanics and the gameplay itself to the gamers worldwide. It will be a game with the perspective used in the GTA 1 or 2, but taking place in a World War II, so we can hopefully share some knowledge in the process, if you understand what I mean. We will also ask gamers to promote our game among various gaming communities or forums for gamers. After all, most of our audience prefers to help from the shadows, and many are gamers. If the gamers enjoy the game concept mechanics, then we will organize a crowdfunder for the game to make a remake in a full 3D with the first-person perspective gameplay and all the mechanics from the 2D game version. I must tell you all here that gamers and gaming communities can be very generous when it comes to donations for a quality game, where crowdfunding campaigns sometimes reach over 1 million or more from donations. Now add to the fact that in times of crisis, people prefer to save money and stay at home, and their main entertainment is often playing games, so they will be happy to invest or purchase a good game. And what will guarantee that the game concept and idea will be solid and successful? Well, firstly, you got me, and I am really good at designing new things to make them interesting, playable, entertaining, and addicting if needed. And second, we have many experienced gamers in our audience who are playing games. I will write a full documentation about this game, concept, mechanics, and design, which I will publish and even explain in one of my videos in front of the audience. So we will have the opinion of experienced gamers from our audience who will verify the potential of this game on the market and will also add their own ideas, possible improvements, and will point out any bad ideas in advance before we even proceed into development of this game. If the game idea will be approved by our audience positively, we will proceed to development. But once again, if there are any game developers, programmers, graphic artists, please contact me after watching this video on the email linked in the description below. So, we create a crowdfund for the game instead of Polstrat and TradeStrat project, because normal people, all the gamers, are more likely to donate. This will secure operational budget for our first company. And, of course, money for the game will be reserved with priority. After all, we need to deliver what we promised to the gamers. But nothing prevents us from developing Polstrat and TradeStrat in the same time. After all, if you remember the plan, the first company on the list was to be a game company, as a cover-up business to for development of Polstrat and TradeStrat, and the games were to be a bonus product to profit our operation. So we know what to make, how to advertise it, or how to sell it. We just need to assemble a team of game programmers to help us with the work, and everything goes in line with the plan. And the plan is not being changed. I just changed the method to secure the budget for the operation. After all, we want to be financially self-sufficient as fast as possible, so this strategy is even better. I never wanted to rely on donations. I don't see this as honorable or anything like that. But there are teammates who are encouraging me to allow for this to happen, especially since we are covering this from our own pocket so far. Anyway, never mind about that. And to those who will claim that it will cost us extra time, I must say that it will already cost us extra time because the crisis is already here, and we need to secure budget for the establishment of Polstrat trade strat, and the first company without relying on donations for those projects. And there is also Plan C. I must confess here that I wanted to reveal what it is about in details, just teammates told me not to. So, just in case something goes wrong here, securing our budget should be my personal responsibility. And there is an option for that. There is a high risk for Plan C, so I would like to avoid it if possible. It would be the last resort if all else fails. Also, since we are covering all the costs so far, and because we might need support in the upcoming expenses, I will allow people to donate money to our teammate from Germany when it comes to crypto, and to a PayPal account which I have access to. We might need 8,000 euro, from which 5,000 will become an insurance for the realization of Plan C, which we want to avoid. This is not for our operational budget, but still will be used to cover up expenses related to our work, and it's pure improvisation. Because crisis is already here, and I must tell you that when the crisis peaks, the prices of what we may buy, cost of everything, let's say equipment today, will be tripled in the near future. So it's better to invest into certain things now, while it costs less. The inflation will consume lots of people's savings all over the world. It will be a painful experience. At this point, I want to say something that must be taken absolutely seriously by anyone who is listening and has an ability to donate, or will, and they have a very specific people in mind. You may donate if you have more than you need, or you will need, but if you don't have much, I forbid anyone from donating, and I mean it. Only those who have more than they might need in the future are free to contribute to our work, but not those as you, LK. You just make sure the baby chickens are safe and secured. Anyone who feels uncertain about his financial situation in the future, just don't, and stay away from the donation button. And there is something else. When I was already editing this video, someone was trying to post a comment in the comment section. A screenshot should be visible right now. Since YouTube forbidden you from posting your comments, I will answer in this video to you. I can see your message as it is visible on the screenshot in the notification window, nowhere else. And yes, I know YouTube even blocked your complaint that your comment got deleted 10 times. Wow. I don't see a logic in that, except that your account got blacklisted probably. So, Vile 14, listen. First of all, in my video of the Third Reich economy, I was talking about the economy, not the ideology. So our hands are clean. Second of all, our logo is based on the Roman Empire eagle. And not only, because the eagle is used as a national symbol in Poland, Germany, in the United States, and was even used in Russia and many other European countries. And it's a beautiful eagle. And we will print this logo on our products in the future, and we will display this logo at every our company or institution related to this operation with pride. Just as we are proud of our European ancestors, we have nothing to be ashamed of. This is a Roman eagle, because we want to preserve the memory of the once great Roman Empire, which conquered and united most of Europe, creating the greatest civilization on earth at the time. I love the logo. It's well made, beautiful, and I'm proud of it. And we are not going to change that, sir. So now everybody knows what I propose to do. Think about it. And if you have any objections or better ideas, share them in the comment section below. I want to hear the opinions of everyone concerned, because our future is at stake here. Thank you for listening.